Okay, moving forward, the NAHREP 10, principle number 3, live below your means, because recessions are a normal part of our economic cycles. Okay, this is really important because if you're a real estate professional or someone that's self-employed, you tend to be an optimist. I mean, that's why you're in the business in the first place. But that optimism sometimes can work against us because you also tend to think that the good times will last forever. And those of us in business for a significant period of time know that that's not true. In fact, recessions are normal. Economic cycles are actually what they say. They're cycles. They go up and they go down. And it's really, really important that we prepare for down cycles along the way. So one of the things that you have to try to do always is to keep your fixed expenses as low as possible, because those are the expenses that can get you in trouble when things go bad. I consider anyone who has fixed expenses at 20% or below their gross income to be somebody that is living below their means. So fixed expenses are things that lock you into those expenses for a long period of time. This could be a lease, a loan payment. This could be something like an employee or a contract or something to that effect. A variable expense is something that you can change. They typically are expenses that rise when income or revenue rises, and they tend to go down when income or revenue goes down. You want to focus more on having variable expenses than fixed expenses. You got to be very careful in locking yourself into fixed expenses. This is a discipline that we all have to acquire. Again, if we recognize the reality for what it is, and it's really something that's interesting both to the Latino community and the real estate practitioner community in particular. I've seen people in this business for years make the same mistakes over and over. When income is good, they tend to raise their expenses to meet their income. And when the income goes down, those expenses stay the same. And that's how people get into trouble. We can't emphasize enough that these cycles are normal and they will happen. I will also say this, some of the greatest fortunes ever made in this country were made in down cycles, because those are cycles when people have less money. Somebody once said cash is king. If you have a reserve put in place for a rainy day, the prices of different things like real estate and stocks tend to go down when the cycles are down. When there are recessions, you can get some of the best bargains during those periods of time. You want to be prepared for those down cycles, and you want to build based on those cycles moving forward. And that is why living below your means is principle number 3 of the NAHREP 10.